Hey Capricorn, hey, how you feeling? Welcome back to the channel. If you're not new, today Capricorn, we are talking about the test. We're always going through tests, especially when we're doing shadow work and improving ourselves and expanding our vessel. So, what we're going to do today, Capricorn, is find out, what you've been working on. We'll identify that, and then we'll find out the situation surrounding the test, as well as get insight on Spirit's advice for you during this time. So, just keep in mind, Capricorn, that this message is not for every Capricorn placement. So, please, and I do say it nicely, take it as it resonates. Also, if you would like a pre recorded personal reading from me, there is a link in the description box below to advise you how to get that. You just need to copy and paste it. Also, go ahead, Capricorn, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do that YouTube ritual that you do so well. And while you are doing that, we're going to find out here what you've been working on, Capricorn. What shadow work has Capricorn been doing recently? What is Capricorn's most recent shadow work? What is Capricorn's most recent shadow work, Spirit? Okay, here we go. Already. So we have the King of Cups here. Let's see. The Sun. The Hierophant. Oh, you've been doing some real work, Capricorn, because two of three of these cards in the spread are majors. So yeah, you're really trying to change your life. I love it. I love it. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Ten of Wands. And so it's like you realize, Capricorn, that you needed this shadow work because you've been like carrying a load blind, literally, and doing it in cycles. And so you made that decision. You made that decision that now's the time, because this is a Ten of Wands. Now's the time. I'm not going back into the cycle. What I'm going to do is change. If I can't change people around me and I have to wait, for the situation to change, I have to change myself. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that, Capricorn. So again, we have the King of Cups, the Sun, and the Hierophant. And keep in mind, Capricorn, the King of Cups is here, but we're going to be discussing the energy of the King of Cups. So you may identify as masculine, feminine, anywhere in between, anywhere outside of the binary. And the King of Cups is someone who is emotionally regulated. They are calm, cool, collected, and they just really have a peace about them. This King of Cups, it doesn't relate to your shadow work, but this King of Cups definitely puts me in the mind of Prince. You know how Prince was always, really just kind of zen. Yeah. It didn't really matter what was going on. It was just like Prince was just, Prince in his heels. And this person got them heeled boots just like Prince did. But the work that you have been doing, you have been doing a lot of studying, and finding your peace, and not taking everything personally or as a personal attack. And so through this work, you actually found not just peace, but joy and contentment. With the sun, we always talk about happy. Well, happy is a fleeting emotion. You know, you can't be happy and sad really at the same time. You know, we will describe things as bittersweet, but it is when you're sad, it is that underlying joy, that underlying contentment that can't be taken away. It can only be given away, right? A lot of you have been doing work on yourself, um and it's a study that is more so like I'm hearing ritualistic. A lot of it has to do with, you know, growing more in spirituality as opposed to religion. You may have been reading religious texts, but it's like you are going more so into that deeper meaning. Many of you have decided to, you know, a lot of, um, change a lot about what you expect of yourself. So, for example, maybe you decided to pursue a career because your parents or somebody else of authority in your family told you that this is what you need to do. Maybe it was something that was generational, but now it's like, you know what? I'm going back to school. I'm going back to get something certification or something in something I want to do, something I want to do, pursuing your own dreams. And because of it, you are you're more at peace. You're a lot more calm. Yeah, I love that. And of course, because you have been doing this shadow work, Capricorn, we have to be tested just to make sure. Just to make sure. you know? So let's find out what the situation is surrounding the test, because you have been putting in work for real. This so we have justice. Okay, justice. It did come out in reverse. All right. Mm. Seven of Wands. Conflict there, and death again. Two of three. Two of three of these cards. And you know what? Bottom of the deck, we have the world. So this is one of those tests that will either, you know, set things in stone. Like, okay, Capricorn, all right, Capricorn, you actually learned some shit, or it's going to be like, okay, well, you know, we'll. It doesn't mean you didn't learn anything, but we'll try again. But what is going on? This with the world here at the bottom. This is going to be that test that actually will take you either into a new chapter, or it's going to be something that be like, okay, it's going to swing back around real quick, and and we'll see what happens. But yeah, this could be the end. This could be the end. But let's go into the situation itself. So we do have justice in reverse. We have the Seven of Wands. We have death. There's going to be a situation here, because the sun is here, but it's also here, right? Someone is going to try to steal your joy. Somebody's going to see if they can, um, like sneak that up off of you. And it is going to be through um, conflict. It's going to be one of those situations where they are going to try to get you in a place of ego, get you in a place of ego as opposed to, someone who is more confident in who they are and where they have come, and they take that pause to actually respond as opposed to react, because there's always a way to defend yourself. And what I'm seeing is that you are going to enter this situation that going to come across a situation that is very unfair. It's very unfair. And it's one of those things that could bring about significant change, or it will keep you in the same space. Because in this death card, this is more about the ego. Killing the ego. A situation like, you know, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. But the question is, would you rather be right or do you want peace? Let's get a little more clarification on this situation here. A little more clarification. Please clarify this test for Capricorn. Clarify the test that is coming up for Capricorn, please. Because if I know anything about Capricorn, Capricorn is precise, right? Capricorn is precise. Okay, so we have the Chariot. All right, there's Justice again, but in the upright position. And we have Two of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck here, it is the Three of Wands. So this is about being able to see and respond, taking that step back, having a little foresight, like, oh, okay, you know what? I recognize that this is a test. So let me just, okay, thank you for the test. I appreciate it. Thank you, universe. Thank you, benevolent ancestors. I appreciate it. Thank you, God. Whoever it is that you lean into for guidance, go on, thank them for the test. But it's one of those things where yeah, with the Three of Wands here, you have to be strategic in how you respond. You have to really think it through as opposed to reacting. Now, you may want to do something that's more knee jerk, have a knee jerk reaction to this situation, because that's what you're used to doing. That's the previous Capricorn. But we are looking for, success. And with the Chariot here, again, two or three cards. With the Chariot here, this is something the Chariot is about overcoming obstacles. It's also fast moving, but it is about overcoming obstacles. And we have Justice again. It's about, of course, justice. It's about karmic justice, consequences, things like that. And what I'm getting is that this may be something legal for you all, since we have justice that came up not once but twice. So this may be a legal issue. Some of you may be going through um, something with maybe your employment. It could even be Social Security, um, something where it's like it feels delayed. But let me just say, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but this is something that I grew up hearing all the time. Delayed Capricorn does not mean denied. But yeah, this situation feels legal. So some of you may be going through some legal situations. I don't know if there is, it may even have to do with a divorce, and the person who you are divorcing or separating from, they are asking for some some shit that's just unreasonable, or demanding rather, some shit that is unreasonable. It could even be about a partnership where you're dissolving a business. And instead of splitting things the way they should be split, let's say Capricorn, if you put in 60% of the, not just the work, but also the resources, the production, the everything. And this person wants their part to be 50%, or they want 75% of the profits. It's it's not reasonable. There's no equity. So yeah, this is more so about a a separation of some sort, or a um legal situation. And when I say legal, it legal things don't just happen in court. You may be in mediation. This may be something that, you may have gotten into um an altercation, and maybe you go to school, and so you have to go before the dean to see, you know what's going to happen, what's going to happen going forward. But either way, just keep in mind this situation, how you respond, Capricorn, will determine what's happening next, whether you go back into the cycle to learn something or you move on, because this is about your peace. Remember, this sun, it's about your peace, it's about your joy. Yeah. All right. So let's get this advice from Spirit. What is the advice for Capricorn regarding this test? What is the advice for Capricorn regarding the test? What is the advice? All right. Four of Wands. Knight of Wands. It's interesting. Wow. Again, 10 of Wands. So we got all wands here. Okay. We have all wands here. Wands is about passion. Wands is about, in some instances, communication. At the bottom of the deck here, we have the Knight of Cups. Now, let's take a look at the differences between these knights right here. This one is one that's all about action, moving fast and doing the things. And the Knight of Cups is a lot more slow, a lot more intentional with his movements. And you are being asked to keep an energy, being challenged with keeping an energy of maintaining your cool, because this is the Knight of Cups. This knight here is more impulsive, more of a reaction than a response. And so what I'm seeing here with the Four of Wands, Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Wands, it's like keep a cool head, keep a cool head, and in a way subdue your passion, because you're going to get fired up with the situation. You're going to get fired up with the situation. Yeah. And a lot of you will need to lean into your community. Lean into your community. Lean into your most trusted friends, most trusted family. Um because it's going to be difficult. Lean into your spirit team, because a lot of times it's hard to come out of a um a behavior that we have been doing for decades, right? Yeah. So this is basically saying, you know what? Come back to yourself. Chill with the people that know you best so they can pour into you. You could pour into yourself, but subdue that passion, subdue the want to go upside somebody's head, subdue the want to call somebody and to complain, you know, subdue that want to, do the things that you would have done back in the day. Yeah. So, what is the final message? Final message for Capricorn regarding their growth about this test. What is the final message for Capricorn regarding their healing about this test? Final message for Capricorn about the test, Spirit. All right. Hurricane, upheaval, destruction, sudden disaster. That's what it's going to feel like. If you're not already in it, Capricorn, that is exactly what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like upheaval. It's going to feel like a sudden disaster. It's going to feel like they are trying to tear you down. But again, your community, you have people who love you around you, surrounding you, not just people in the 3D. You also have spirits, you have the universe, you have, benevolent ancestors. But what you need to hold on to at the bottom of the deck here is determination. Determination. You are this plant, this beautiful flower growing out the concrete. So you have to believe. It says belief in victory. I challenge you, Capricorn, not just to believe in the victory, trust that the victory will happen beyond this hurricane. I hope this helps. I wish you well, Capricorn. Good luck on this test. Hopefully, this is helpful to give you a heads up. And please comment, let us know. And it may encourage somebody else, because they're about to go into a test. We love to hear from you. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And until next time, Capricorn, take care. Bye bye.